Good morning and welcome to Daybreak here on WGRZ Plus, where we're streaming for another half hour this morning. I'm Melissa Holmes, and we begin with our continuing coverage, having learned of Jesse Jackson's passing just before 5 o'clock this morning. We want to get right to our Rob Hackford in the newsroom with more on the late Reverend's life and legacy. Rob?
Yeah, good morning, Melissa. The Reverend Jesse Jackson died peacefully this morning, surrounded by his loved ones, his family says. The longtime civil rights activist and Baptist minister was 84 years old. Well, Jackson has some connections to Buffalo. He campaigned for the Democratic presidential nomination twice, in 1984, alongside Buffalo lawmakers here like Assemblyman Arthur Eve in 1988. He also stood alongside picketing Teamsters outside a Buffalo UPS facility in August of 1997. But his impact goes far beyond Buffalo. The cause of Jackson's death was not immediately released, but we know that he was admitted to a hospital back in November and had been living with Parkinson's and another progressive neurological disorder. Jackson rose to prominence in the civil rights era alongside the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. His activism spanned decades, and while he never won the presidential nomination, he didn't stop, joining the fight to end apartheid in South Africa and winning freedom for captive Americans overseas. He told Today in 1999 he was always conscious of Dr. King's legacy.
The dream continues and the struggle continues, but every now and then we see flashes of hope. Inclusion leads to growth, and when there is growth, everybody wins.
I challenge you to join that coalition, become a part of this new broad-based drive to progressive change in our nation.
In the wake of the Tops mass shooting, Jackson writing an op-ed in the Chicago Sun-Times calling out the racist ideology called the replacement theory that fueled the gunman to target and kill African Americans. Writing, quote, "We can't afford to let hate and lies win again. That will require people of conscience standing up. It will require an independent media that exposes the lies and those who propagate them. It will require on-the-ground organizing, neighbor to neighbor, that scorns those who would try to divide us. It will require leaders who bring us together, defeating those who would drive us apart. And as the Buffalo murders show us once more, now is the time." And we have reached out to local NAACP representatives as well as members of the community that worked with Jackson through the years. We've yet to hear back. I just got off the phone actually with former Council President Darius Pridgeon. We'll be following up with him in just a few moments, Melissa.
Yes, I'm sure that they'll have a lot to say about the Reverend Jackson's life and legacy and his impact in the Black community here in Western New York. Rob, thank you so much for that report, and we'll stay on top of things. And of course, we'll continue to follow this throughout the day here on Channel 2. For the latest updates, you can visit our website, WGRZ.com, or download our free news app. And more breaking news back here at home. We're trying to learn more about an overnight incident in Lockport. Our cameras captured this video just before 1 a.m. where you can see a police car at the scene. We did reach out to Lockport police, and all they could confirm was that an assault happened at that location. We don't know if anyone was arrested or the severity of the injuries to the victim. They tell us that we will get more information shortly, and we'll update you once we do learn more. Well, work at the new Highmark Stadium has been suspended, all because of graffiti. The Gilbane Building Company confirmed to Two on Your Side that the graffiti was discovered in several secure areas, both finished and unfinished, at the more than $2 billion construction site. Our camera wasn't really able to see the graffiti from the street, but when Two on Your Side did ask whether this will impact the construction timeline, they responded, quote, "We will meet our commitments." Again, the stadium is expected to open just before the Bills season this coming year. Gilbane also went on to say, quote, "We suspended work and launched a full investigation in partnership with the trade contractors and unions to send a clear message about how seriously we take this matter. Gilbane Turner maintains zero tolerance for graffiti, vandalism, or defacement of property on our projects. Such actions damage property, violate the law, and undermine the respectful professional environment we are committed to maintaining," end quote. U.S. Senator Chuck Schumer is proposing new legislation that takes aim at human traffickers and sexual abusers. He says this new bill will eliminate any statute of limitations for certain crimes. New York senior senator came to Buffalo to make that announcement yesterday, standing alongside survivors and advocates at the Brave Trauma Recovery Center. The bill is called Virginia's Law, and it's named in honor of Jeffrey Epstein victim Virginia Giuffre. Now, the law would remove federal time limits that have allowed offenders like Epstein to avoid prosecution.
Healing does not run on a government clock. In 2023 alone, Erie County reported nearly 6,600 domestic violence victims, a nearly 30% increase since 2020. Many more go unreported for years because of the pain that people go through. This is such a traumatic experience that you can't expect people after a certain amount of time, oh, I'm all healed, I'll come forward. So if there was ever a law where the statute of limitations should not apply, it's this one.
Schumer says this legislation would create new legal avenues for survivors and ensure that the pursuit of accountability does not expire. Safety is in the spotlight after Friday night's stabbing at the Walden Galleria, and now the head of Buffalo Peacemakers is speaking up about preventing violence at the mall. Pastor James Giles and the Peacemakers actually have a contract with the mall's owner, Pyramid Group, to have some of its members at the Galleria to keep an eye on things and engage with the young people there. But Pastor Giles says part of the issue is that there just isn't enough for teens and young adults to do during the late afternoon and early evening hours in Western New York, and they end up going to the mall to hang out.
If we had more constructive programming for our youth to do, particularly from 4 to 7, after school, so 8 hours they're in school, and they could pretty much can maintain, you got something to occupy them. It's those hours between 4 to 7, because if they had something to do, after that they would go home. Go home and do whatever it is at home. But because they don't, they find themselves in circumstances and confrontational with each other, creating mischief.
Cheektowaga police declined our request for an interview. Instead, they gave us a statement saying in part, quote, officers have and will continue to patrol the concourse of the mall during peak times. The Peacemakers plan on continuing to be a presence at the mall as well. All right, it is 9:07 on Daybreak, 35 degrees. And Patrick, is the fog getting worse right now, or is it just pretty much as bad as it's been all morning?
Yeah, it's just pretty much as bad as it's been all morning. Visibility near zero in some spots. Downtown, it wasn't great, a couple hundred yards. Clouds and fog, we have a dense fog advisory through 7 a.m. tomorrow. The fog may linger much of the day today and then reform. If it does lift, it will reform again tonight into tomorrow morning. All the while, we're awaiting the arrival of a front that's going to bring us rain tomorrow. That will be enough warm air around for just rain. However, a little leakage of cold air into the northern parts of our area could cause a little freezing rain tomorrow during the day. In fact, I think places like Newfane, Lockport, Albion, Yates, Wilson, Alcott, Youngstown, you have the chance of some ice tomorrow, maybe even down into the Tonawandas, or Batavia too. Notice today we're quiet with temperatures close to 40. Then overnight tonight, rain begins in the wee hours of the morning, and then notice where you see the pink is where we have a chance of some freezing rain during the day tomorrow. Probably just north of Buffalo, but it will be close. We might even see a little freezing rain here, and then everything should kind of move off to the east in the evening. But tomorrow is going to be kind of a messy day today, messy day tomorrow. Rain, 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch, okay? And then where you see the pink, this is where we could see some ice accretion, to use an SAT word. Accretion.
Accrual?
Accretion. It's not something you find in the depths of the deep dark sea, like a creature. It's accretion.
Interesting.
It's the gathering of ice. Ice kind of
have never collects. Heard that word.
It collects on branches, on power lines,
okay,
on surfaces. Accretion. Word of the day.
Spell it, Patrick.
Are you kidding me? Don't. Come on. You're exposing my weakness, or one of them. All right, for today, dense fog, mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the upper 30s. Tonight, cloudy, rain late. And then for tomorrow, we're going to see rain, ice to the north as mentioned, long range forecast. Rain again on Friday, then some snow showers over the weekend, especially on Sunday. And for the south towns in the southern tier, it'll be much warmer with 40s for the rest of the week, with rain tomorrow and Friday.
do a great job with the definition, though. You're spot on.
Thank you.
Accretion. Accretion.
Oh, I thought it began with an O.
Nope, it's an A.
I'm just kidding. Okay.
Okay. Now that we have that figured out, stay with us. We're going to talk Olympics and quintuplets and the amazing donation they're going to be getting later today. All of that coming up. Welcome back, everybody. It is, what time is it? Sometime after 9. And we are talking about the Olympics this morning. And Getsville's own Haley Skimura, a little bit closer to earning another Olympic medal. She's got a silver with women's hockey. But now the Nichols School alum will be competing with Team USA in the gold medal game. It's, as everyone expected, USA versus Canada. And she contributed in yesterday's win that helped them get that trip to the finals. In Wheatfield, her old rink is glowing with pride. Channel 2's Nate Mills has that story.
In the women's semifinal game against Sweden, Getsville native Haley Skimura came through again. She scored her third goal of the tournament and helped punch America's ticket into the gold medal game. But in that moment, she wasn't just thinking about the scoreboard, she was looking into the crowd.
I feel incredible. I think the cherry on top was my family in the stands. I found them this time and they were cheering so loud, and so to be able to see them and celebrate with them was huge. I must have like 10 or 15 family members here, and I know people are watching back home too, so I'm just so grateful.
One of those people proudly watching is her childhood coach, Clayton Wilson, who first met Skimura when she was just 5 years old with the Wheatfield Blades.
She works so hard to get where she is today. She's given her everything she's had, and it's finally rewarding her.
Skimura credits her success not just from today, but throughout the games to her teammates and their chemistry.
We're just such a cohesive group. We care for one another. We play for one another. We know we have each other's backs. If one falters, another one's right there to back them up.
Coach Wilson, back at home, sees a family resemblance as she stays humble about her performance in Milan.
She's never once gloated. I've known her dad my whole life. If I talked to him, you would never know he played in the NHL. He wouldn't mention it once, and Haley's the same way. Being on the USA team national and the Olympic, you wouldn't even know it. If you could have a conversation with her for an hour, and you would never know it.
This is potentially Skimura's last chance at earning a gold medal at the Olympics.
We're just one step closer to our ultimate goal, and I think this team is ready for it for sure.
I love that she grew up in that rink. I grew up in a hockey family. My dad was a coach in Amherst. My brother played in Amherst. And so as hockey families in Western New York, Patrick, you go to every single rink. And that's Holiday and Leisure down in the South Towns, the North Town Center, which was the old Pepsi Center in Amherst, which used to be the old Audubon ice rink. There was the old Clearfield ice rink where she skates. That's a hockey outlet in Wheatfield. It used to be called Saberland, and it's just very traditional Western New York hockey rink, no bells and whistles.
Right.
And she came from this place and then turned into this incredible Olympic athlete.
Very cool.
She also went to Nichols, which is very, very nice.
Right.
Also, that is a place with bells and whistles. But,
And there's, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Expensive bells and whistles.
Yes, very much so. But it's just so cool to see that she's just so, you know, Buffalo-ish and has a lot of support here. And it gives young hockey players, young girls, someone to strive to be and to look at and say, if she can make it, I can make it. And I love that. And there is a huge growth in girls hockey here in Western New York. So
Yeah, it's been fun to follow and awesome.
Yeah.
So her next game is?
So the USA and Canada play in the gold medal game, and that is Thursday at 1 p.m. And then as for men, I'm talking with my hands a lot right now,
I was just going to say, I mean, there was lots going on there.
There's lots happening. Men's hockey, we're watching today because Rasmus Dahlin and Sweden take on Latvia. And the winner of that game will go and play the quarterfinals against Team USA. That's tomorrow. And so that'll be fun to see. If Sweden wins today, then you'll have Rasmus Dahlin and Sweden playing Tage Thompson in Team USA in the quarterfinals. But again, a lot of people are expecting it to be the USA and Canada men's matchup for the gold medal game.
And I'm hearing
we still have a bit to get
there's some chatter out there that some folks are upset that Tage isn't getting a lot of ice time.
Oh, I didn't know
Like
that.
when he's on the ice, he's doing great, but there's other people playing and there's other lines playing in front of him, and they're not as good. That's just, well,
I mean,
that's maybe local.
There are a lot of great players who are also playing.
I know. I'm just saying.
And Tage has scored, so at least you got to see a goal.
Case in point. When he's on, he scores.
Yeah.
You know, but he just hasn't had as much as I think people.
Well, you got to spread the wealth a little bit, because all of
Everybody,
these guys. I mean,
everybody eats.
think about every single hockey player
Right.
in the USA, from college level to the NHL. Everybody wants to be on this team. There are only so many slots, and for Tage to be on it, it's absolutely incredible. Now,
Yeah.
Pete brought up an interesting point. Pete's like, I don't want NHL players on the team.
Yeah, I get that.
Do you?
It's because it's amateur athletes.
Okay, but is it? I mean, it used to be.
Yeah.
But now when you're looking at the best athletes in the entire world,
Well, it's like why
competing-
can't we, if other countries can bring out their best athletes? It came to a head during basketball. Remember years ago when we had the dream team? We never could have, once we could let the pros on, it's like game over.
Yeah.
Because you had.
But the pros are the best.
Right.
And I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't want to be a pro athlete and then be denied the chance to represent my country just because I'm a pro. No, you work really, really hard to become a pro.
But it's the idea of they're not paid athletes. They're amateurs.
Right.
I get Pete's argument. I get it.
Both
I get it.
ways.
Yeah, I can see it exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You want to put your best foot forward, but so.
Okay. We'll talk quintuplets.
This is my
coming
best
up
foot, by the way.
with your heart socks.
Valentine's Day.
And
came in
plaid
late.
pants
Yep.
and square tie. But Patrick loves his outfit. It's fine. But
Yeah, we'll
be
discuss
right.
yours.
Yeah,
your
my dress
amoebas.
is 15
What's
years
on
old.
there? Oh, those are
It's like a
flowers.
curtain. Looks like a curtain. It's okay. Can't win them all. Welcome back. We told you a few weeks ago about the West Seneca couple that welcomed quintuplets. That's 5 babies. So rare that doctors tell us that it's only happened once before here in Western New York. And they're all healthy. Now 1 baby is home. The 4 others are gaining strength. And I sat down over the weekend for an exclusive interview with mom and dad, who were so gracious to open up their home amidst all the craziness and welcome me and our camera guy into their home to talk about how they plan to take things day by day and adjust to life as a family of 9.
I'm holding Miss Holly.
Holly was the first of the quintuplets to come home last week and is providing mom and dad, Jessica and John Lotbrine, a practice run of sorts for when her 4 siblings are strong enough to leave Golisano Children's Hospital NICU and join her at home.
Dipping the toe, she's reintroducing us to the newborn stage again.
They were born December 18th at 28 weeks and 5 days, around 2 pounds each. And now they all weigh over 4 pounds, and they're already developing their own little personalities. Connor, the attention seeker. Layla, spirited and sassy. Stefan, content being left alone. Mason, the little old man. And Holly, the snuggle bug.
Physically and emotionally and mentally, how are you doing?
Physically, I feel fine. Mentally, is day by day. Happy, sad, scared, terrified.
It's kind of everything. It depends on day to day. It's like you're super excited and then you get kind of a little bit scared and then you just be like, oh, this is going to be okay.
And I feel proud. I feel proud of these babies, especially because they're so incredibly strong and they fight every day to be here. And that's all I ever wanted to give them was the chance to fight.
And when they are strong enough to come home, they'll join their 2 big sisters, 2-year-old Brooke and 5-year-old Hannah.
I like them all because they're cute sometimes.
It's important to mom and dad that the older girls still get the attention they deserve.
It is our responsibility as their parents to make sure that they are feeling loved and supported.
A typical day will include about 35 diaper changes.
It feels like you're dressing like one of those little plastic baby dolls.
They'll make formula for staggered feedings not by the bottle, but by the pitcher. And the big question?
How are you going to sleep?
Never.
I think it's just going to be an increment. I think it's going to be in increments.
They'll be even more sleep deprived when they go back to work. Jessica is a 911 dispatcher and John is a diesel mechanic. They're grateful for the help they've gotten from their parents and from friends, coworkers, and even strangers who have offered dinners, donations, and volunteer babysitting services as well.
What is that like for you to see the support that you're getting from so many people?
Makes me proud to be from Buffalo, honestly.
I'm so grateful. So very grateful.
There's a lot to be impressed with, but I got to say, I was impressed with the swaddles. Do you remember how hard it was to do swaddles perfectly in like a little burrito?
Like
tuck it up and under.
Right.
And those were like 5 perfect swaddles.
And these diapers are this big, and the dad's like, I've got really big hands. And he's like, I can handle 1-year-old diapers. He's like, but I got to get used to the really tiny attachments of the other diapers. Now, they had a law firm give them 6 months of free diapers, which is about 6,000 diapers. But where do you put them all? Where do they put all this? So they said that they're trying to figure that out as they go along. Like right now, they only need bassinets.
What do you mean, where do you put them?
Where do you put 6,000 diapers?
Oh, where do you? Oh, I thought you meant like when they're done.
Yes.
I'm like, well,
no, they go in the garbage can or they
thank
go on
you.
babies.
You
No,
meant where do you put the ones that got it?
The ones that they haven't
Yeah,
used
where do
yet.
they store them? Right.
They have a basement and a garage, but they also have, you know, all of this baby gear.
Wow.
5 cribs. They haven't put up all the cribs yet. And some of them have been donated to the family, but they'll have the bassinets in the parents' room. They have a 4-bedroom house, so they plan to stay there in West Seneca. As for the strollers, I'm like, what are you gonna do? They were thinking about 2 triplet strollers because the 2-year-old still needs to be in the stroller. But they said they're just clunky and heavy and expensive. So Dad is gonna like rig up a radio flyer wagon and put really good wheels on it and then put the bases of the car seats in it so that you can just snap them in.
Oh, cool.
So that makes a lot of sense. But also a vehicle for a family of 9. And it's not 5 car seats. It's 6 car seats and a booster, or 7 car seats right now. And I just remember as Elliot as a baby, that was the toughest thing for us was trying to get him in the car seat. He just hated it. I can't imagine trying to put 5 babies in a car seat at the same time. But anyway, they needed a vehicle, and that's where Scott Beeler and West Herr stepped in. Scott actually told me he was originally thinking about doing a year's worth of diapers, but then after talking to the family, he was so overcome with how wonderful they are that he said, you know what, I want to help out even more. So at 1 o'clock today, the family does know this, I'm not ruining a surprise, but at 1 o'clock today, they will be getting a brand new vehicle. And so I did ask them about it in the interview, and here's what they had to say.
That was a shock when Scott Beeler called us up and told us what he was doing for us. I just went silent, and me and him just like, we looked at each other, we were just staring at each other like, did we hear that right? Is this real life? And then Scott was like, hello? I was like, we're here.
I couldn't even, like, we like locked eyes, and that seemed like a minute and a half, and like we forgot that we were on the phone. Like it's just such a overwhelming feeling. I'm super glad that he reached out like that and really just I'm lost for words. It's such a happy feeling and appreciative and everything.
And as I was talking to them, you know, they're not asking for donations. They said, you know, we knew what we were getting ourselves into. The doctors had actually recommended that they reduce their pregnancy and the number of babies. And they said, after they saw how healthy they all were at that 11-week ultrasound, they're like, no, we are going to keep every single one of them and hope that they're healthy, and we will just make it work. That's their mantra right now, make it work. Obviously, though, the donations do help. So they're not asking for donations, but also the City of Good Neighbors does come through. And so there was that law firm that donated the diapers. And after I posted the story yesterday, a viewer even wrote me and said, I'm a former kindergarten teacher, I'm retired now, I live in West Seneca, how can I help? Can I come and you know, babysit for free? And so I'm taking all of your requests or your offerings, and I will pass it along to John and Jessica, and if they are willing to accept the help, then they certainly will. And there's also a GoFundMe that one of their family members or friends set up that already has raised thousands of dollars, because anyone with a kid knows it is very expensive.
No kidding.
And I also love one more thing about how much they want to take care of the older girls. So the babies were born on December 18th. What is that around?
Christmas. Oh no, start of winter.
Start of winter. So at Christmas, December 18th, she had the babies. A week after the babies were born, it's Christmas. They didn't have anything ready to go yet. So they went home, they put up a tree, they wrapped the presents. She made cookies from scratch 1 week postpartum and made Christmas dinner for the girls. And when they woke up on Christmas morning, they had no idea that, you know, mom and dad were helping Santa prepare everything. And so they just said, you know, we want to make everything still special for the girls and let them know how much they are still loved and important to us. So really an amazing family. I'm so happy for them and wishing them a lot of love and good vibes because they've got a long journey ahead of them. So
Very cool.
anyway.
Very cool.
Okay, finally, last holiday that we have to talk about is Patrick's birthday. Also, St. Patrick's Day. And of course, people love these things. I'm like, no, I don't want toothpaste in my milkshake. Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh, exactly.
Like it even looks like toothpaste.
I know.
Ugh.
I love the idea. I love the spirit. Love the color.
Yeah.
Just don't like the flavor.
The nice thing is that 25 cents from every shake will help sick children and their families staying at the Ronald McDonald House here in Buffalo. And last year, nearly $40,000 was raised for the Ronald McDonald House.
I love those shakes. I have like 5 a day.
Let's go buy one and then give it to somebody so that we can donate. Well, I'm sorry, Patrick. We said it 5 times on Daybreak this morning.
I lost focus.
All right, let's go buy a shake. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.